Hi guys, I'm Madeline Harvey. Thank you so much for checking out this video. We're gonna dive deep and talk about the number one habit that singers have that makes them want to quit. But it doesn't have to happen to you. So if you like today's video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up or click that subscribe button below. I would love to see you here more often. The clip that you're about to see was taken from a live lesson that was shot earlier today. We deep dive into this topic. The full length live is about an hour long. So if you want to watch the entire video, I invite you to click that join button below or the provided link if you're on your phone and become a member of this channel. As a member, you'll have exclusive access to all of our lives that we do every Monday and Thursday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. So again, just click that join button. It's only $4.99 a month and your contribution helps to support our channel. That way we can continue to deliver awesome content for you. You ready to get started? Here we go. Hi everyone! Oh, am I happy to see you. Happy Friday. Welcome to our discussion today, our live. Our live is about the number one habit that makes singers want to quit. So this is going to be a conversation heavy kind of day. So yeah, be sure to type those comments because I'm going to want to hear from you. This is all about the struggle. The struggle is so real today. This was completely inspired by a couple of y'all's comments from last Monday when we talked about how to handle rejection. I know that that's like a super heavy topic. Today, we're gonna go even heavier, even heavier. So when we talk about the number one reason why singers would want to quit, can you guys maybe chime in of like your personal experience that you can think of? When have there been times that you've personally just said, this is enough, this is too much, I don't want to do this anymore, I hate singing? Has there ever been a time where that's been you? What were you struggling with? What was going on in your life at the time? And how did you find your way out of it? We're really going to delve into that today. So while you guys are thinking, I just want to take a second to welcome any new members to our live today. We're so happy to have you here. If you're watching us live or if you're checking it out later, we're really glad that you're a part of our community. If you have anything that you want to learn, be sure to leave it in the comments portion of whether today's video, whether it's now or later on. We're so happy to hear from you and we'll put together something based off of whatever you want to learn on your voice today. So what do you guys think? Camille says, when my voice won't do all I wish it could. That is true. That is true. But even when your voice won't do what you wish it could, does that keep you want to keep growing and keep learning about your voice? The number one habit that's very insidious, it's extremely insidious, we're going to delve into that, is basically habitual. Now, I really emphasize the word habitual comparison with other people. When we as artists are constantly comparing where we are in our journey to where other people are in their journey. And this is insidious because, again, of its habitual nature. We may sprinkle in a little bit of the deadly vice envy today because it's very, 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 it's a deadly vice for a reason. But as a singer, it can be really, really difficult to stay true to your path when there's so much of a distraction of noticing other people's progress, other people's talent and ability, and we can't help but bounce that off of us and go, well, what's wrong with me? They can sing those notes so well. What's wrong with me? How come I can't? Or, if let's say we're at an audition and, when you are auditioning for a role, you're auditioning for a type of role. So you're kind of put in a group. and you're thinking you're special for like a second, and then you look around at the group and everybody looks like you, everybody sounds like you, and it can be extremely, extremely depressing to just go, well, I'm just nothing special then. So we're gonna play a little bit. We're gonna talk about the things that work against us, and then we're gonna talk about the medicine. Like there are 5 things that we can do, but let's actually go ahead and talk about the medicine. I'll go ahead and give you those 5 things. Number 1 is know what you want. That one right there will set you straight, right as rain. Number 2, take stock of your strengths. Number 3, cultivate discipline. This is very difficult for people. Number 4, be interesting. We'll unpack that when we get there. And number 5, embrace your path, not someone else's path, your specific path. So real quick, before we even unpack those 5 ingredients, let's talk about some things that work against us. Now, I kind of mentioned one of them, and there are probably so many, but I just want to highlight 2 really big ones. One is social media. Social media. Because, everybody's life looks so pretty and everybody looks so successful and they're doing things that are very interesting, and we can't help but go, what about me? What am I doing with my life? What have I done, with my life? And it can be one of those things that's very, very dangerous. Why is it so dangerous? Well, if we have a habitual sense of self-comparison, first of all, we're not seeing ourselves clearly, because everybody cultivates, curates. It's kind of like a mask. Everybody wants their life to appear interesting. Everybody wants to appear a certain way with social media. So it's deceptive in its nature. I'm not calling everyone who participates deceptive. I'm just saying it can be very deceptive. We can kind of cherry pick what we want to show people instead of the raw and the real and the honest. Sometimes we just get a little, a little too pretendy on our social media. Yeah. But let's say if we're an actress, and let's say that we're going in for an audition, and again, our social media actually has a component. I did have a friend that went to an audition for a movie, and she was not considered for the role. She was taken out of consideration for the role because she didn't have enough followers on Instagram or something. Now, again, that's really awful. That has nothing to do with her talent. That has nothing to do with her ability. But yet she was being judged on that as a criteria. So it's very, very, very difficult. Very difficult. So instead of going real and honest, people can perpetuate this thinking pattern of, I've got to participate in this, posting pattern to have it to appear like a brand, and so I think a good medicine for social media is just take a detox from social media, just because it's so influencing. It's just so influencing. So if you're a songwriter, or if you're a musician, or if you're a singer, and you're kind of getting lost in watching everybody else be amazing, and it's a little depressing, it's distracting, and it makes you not want to practice because there's that self-comparison, then just detox a little bit from social media, like a week. I know that that's really hard. That's a big ask for a lot of people, or maybe 2 weeks. It's all about being able to separate from the overculture, that thing that has such an influence over us, and being able to see ourselves a little clearer. So that's one big thing that works against us, is the way people project themselves to be on social media. Number 2 is industry standards. Now, this is a huge thing that works against us. And this is one of those reasons why self-comparison can actually be a good thing that turns bad thing very quickly. So when we're deciding what we want, deciding what we like, determining our own taste and our own standards for ourselves, we have to take a look outside of the culture. We have to go, okay, well, I like this artist and I like this artist, And what you like about that artist is helping you understand your own taste. It's helping you understand your own standards for yourself. And as long as you keep it sort of loosey-goosey like that, you're good. You're really, really good. Just those are your standards, and you want to strive to embody the standard as much as you can if it's realistic. Because sometimes, we want to do crazy hard things. But if we continue to go there, if we continue to lean in to trying to be exactly like our influences, we will lose ourselves. We'll lose ourselves. And that's where self-comparison or habitual comparison with other singers can become very poisonous very quickly. And we do see this a lot. We see this, I love this word to describe this, we see these trends in music or in singing where you can tell that one person copied one singer, and then the next person copied that singer, and then the next person copied that singer, and the next person copied that. And it's like you have an entire industry of people that sound exactly the same. You have an entire genre of the same kinds of artists. And as audiences, we don't stand for that. We don't like that. We don't have any patience for that. Why? Why don't we like that? Go ahead and chime in what you guys think. Why would we not like a whole bunch of exactly the same? It's not real. That's number one. And we sense that on an intuitive level that that's not real. And also, when you see people trying to meet the industry standard on the skill level, but there's no soul underneath, that comes across to the audience as desperate, as very desperate. And my so-called life, phony baloney. Yes, exactly. There's no essence. There's no light. There's no you in that. So these are because we crave to connect with him. Mary, high five, girl. Exactly it. We want, as an audience, we want real. We don't just want something bedazzled and extreme and exactly the same. And you also see this a lot in the singing competitions where it just sounds, my grandma used to call it like hollering. She's like, why are they hollering? It's like you get like singers together and they're trying to out-sing each other and they're just getting louder and higher and louder and higher. And it's just noise. That's exactly it. Exactly it. So those are the things working against us. They're only working against us because there's been a pattern. It's been overly patterned. We've got that habitual comparison. So what can we do? First, things first, just separate yourself from all that influence. So now we're going to get into it. One more time for you guys. Know what you want. Take stock of your strengths. Number 3, cultivate discipline. Number 4, be interesting. And number 5, embrace your path, not somebody else. So let's go right into know what you want.